On June 22, 2024, a domestic disturbance call concluded not with a domestic violence arrest, but with the complainant herself charged with obstructing official business. The legal questions this raises sit at the intersection of First Amendment doctrine, primary aggressor analysis, and the precise statutory definition of obstruction.
Hello? What's going on? Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
I want to press charges on him. He just beat me up. I got marks and stuff all over me. A bruise on my leg. He just punched me in my head about 1,000,000 times.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened?
He was asleep. He had my phone, so I was banging and kicking on his door to wake him up.
This is what the happened.
Just shut the up. You was asleep. So I was banging on your
listen,
door.
if you want us to hear your story, why are
Came
you...
on my motherfucking property.
Okay.
Yeah, come to get my phone.
Just like she said, I was
Miss,
asleep.
will you come talk to me over here
I was
then?
asleep.
Since he wants to act a
Right or wrong.
Step over there.
You just heard what she said, right?
Thank you. Good
Right or
Lord.
wrong.
What, can you explain to me what the heck happened here?
So, he had my phone.
Okay.
I'm not even on drugs. Shut your ass up.
Stop.
Good Lord. I mean,
Try me. Drug test me. I bet you I come clean.
You talk to him, not him.
yeah, I mean,
Talking
what
about.
are we doing here, man? If you're gonna yell at him, why are we even here?
Because I want to press charges on him.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get you to tell me the story, but you want to yell at him. Tell me what's up.
Because he was asleep. He had took my phone.
Okay.
So I banged on his door and banging on his door to try to get my phone. So because he was asleep.
Okay.
So I'm trying to wake him up.
Sure.
He told me,
She left and came back. I was in my
no, he said, get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. Okay. I get my phone. I got my Pepsi that I had through. Yeah, I threw it. But when I had threw it, he had punched me, but I didn't throw it at him.
Okay, so he thinks you threw a Pepsi at him, so he punched you.
He kept punching me in my fucking head.
Okay.
I have marks all over me, bruises on me, punched me in my fucking head 1,000,000 times. I want to press charges on him.
Where at on your head?
Just in my head, right here. Literally.
Do you have any knots?
I probably
or
yeah,
anything?
right here.
You feel him?
Yeah, if you can feel it right there, I have a big knot right there.
Okay. So then what? Then he's punching you, then what?
Then he kept punching me, so I tried to hit him back.
Okay. What happened to your arms?
When he was punching me and stuff, he had kept scratching me or whatever.
She came here.
And then I had got a bruise on my leg right there.
How long ago did this all happen? How long ago did this happen?
Probably before you even came, probably 20 minutes ago. Yeah, because you're going to jail.
Could I get your name, please?
Savannah.
On some hood shit. I can see that. I would not be out here right now if I was that type of dirty.
So you ain't beat me up?
Savannah, what's your date of birth? Savannah, what is your date of birth?
You ain't punch me?
Can you stop?
You ain't punch me?
Come on,
Can you stop?
You came
man.
to
Seriously,
my
you
house.
gotta quit.
You were gone.
Hey,
Yeah,
am
I was.
I invisible?
You gotta quit, man. If you want us to help you, you gotta cut that shit out.
But you just beat my ass. Shut up.
What's your date of birth?
Shut your ass up.
That's enough. If you open your mouth one more time, you're going to jail.
I don't
Stop.
You really gotta stop.
Don't give a fuck about going to jail.
You really gotta stop.
What you talking about? You punch me.
What's your phone number?
I don't have one. My phone is off.
What is your current address?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I be staying here with him.
What's y'all's relationship? How long y'all been together?
5 years.
You don't live together. You got any kids with him?
Because you have my phone.
Oh my God. One more time. I swear to God.
You got any
You're going to
kids with
jail. That's it.
Yes or no? Do you have any kids with him?
Yeah, 4.
4 kids with him?
Yeah.
Showed up here.
Are they all here?
No.
Knocked on the door. I answered the door. I didn't even answer the door. I answered the window. I said, what's going on here?
Okay.
What's going on?
See,
Listen, we're taking both sides of it, right? We don't need you and him to chime in at each other. We're going to take both sides. Then me and my partner are going to talk. What we don't need is you two yelling back and forth. That helps nothing. It is not helpful, even a little bit. You don't need to refute what he says. I know you're all keyed up and shit.
because he's sitting there lying like he didn't touch me.
Okay, and I get it, but again, we just don't need that back and forth. That's why we're here, to figure this out. We don't need y'all doing
He ain't no
this back
motherfucking goody two shoes.
Okay.
What's wrong with you? God ain't make you perfect and stop making everybody else. Ain't nobody being no. Shut your ass up. I walked all the way to my grandmother's house because he had my phone. She didn't answer, so I walked all the way back here to get my phone.
Why did he have your phone?
But he took it.
Yeah, why?
He took it out my hand
Yeah, for what purpose? Why did he have it?
because he kept asking me to come back, and I told him no. So he took my phone.
Okay.
Fuck me. Come over here. No. So I said tonight, no.
Shut up lying. Really, Aaron? You gonna really sit there and lie? I was in the house with you the whole time.
Are we obstructing at this point?
You
I was with you the whole time.
Talking to her.
I was with you the whole time.
God damn, man.
At this point, we're obstructing.
I don't care if you laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I was with you the whole time, but you gonna sit here and lie?
Let's
Yes,
go.
I was.
Let's go. We can't be doing this. He warned you a bunch of times, man.
Okay, I understand that, but he just sitting there lying.
Do you think we believe these lies? I mean, look, this is, again, we didn't have to do all this. You didn't have to go to jail today. You gotta control your mouth, man. You got any property on you?
No, besides my phone.
Okay, let me have it. I really hate that we had to do that. Have a seat, please.
Can you go in there so I can call my grandma and tell her?
We will. Yeah, we will.
Thank you.
Here's his side of what happened.
She disrespect.
The governing statute in jurisdictions using this exact terminology is Ohio Revised Code Section 2921.31. It requires 4 elements: absence of privilege, purpose to prevent or obstruct, act not pure speech that hampers or impedes, and a public official engaged in lawful duties. The Ohio Supreme Court in State v. Lazzaro established that purely verbal conduct generally falls short of this standard. Words alone, even hostile or untruthful words, do not satisfy the act requirement. However, the Ohio Court of Appeals in State v. Stayton clarified that active and repeated interference, particularly after warning, can constitute the necessary act. The distinction is doctrinal, not semantic. This brings the analysis into First Amendment territory. The Supreme Court in City of Houston v. Hill held that the Constitution protects, quote, a significant amount of verbal criticism and challenge directed at police officers. Profanity, criticism, even insult are protected. The Constitution does not, however, protect conduct that crosses from expression into interference. The pre-arrest warning issued in this case is constitutionally significant. It converts ambiguous speech into noticed conduct. After the warning, continued disruption is no longer mere speech. It is conduct undertaken with awareness of consequence.
Okay,
Come
so
out, bang on my door. I'm all that.
what she's saying right now is hearsay.
It's telling me she's belligerent.
So she showed up. Did she show up to get closed? Was she just trying to come back to the house? Was she?
She showed up knocking on my door because she knew that, okay.
Oh my God. One more time. I swear to God, you're going to jail. That's it.
She's lying. You can tell. She's lying.
So she showed up to
She
get
showed
stuff.
up here. I was asleep.
Right. I got that. Okay. And then she knocked on the door.
Knocked on the door. I answered the door.
Did she
I didn't
come
even answer
in?
the door. I answered the window. I said, what,
Like upstairs?
what's going on? Yeah. What's going on? She answered, I answered the window, and I'm like, what's going on? And I kept to the door like, what's up? I didn't do this and I didn't do that. You're lying right off the rip when you told me you're not doing this and not doing that.
She
You're
said
being
that right off the rip.
You're being
Trying to defer.
yeah. You're being dumb.
I got you.
I'm not stupid. I'm just talking to you. I'm not even talking. She's trying to
So
that she's busy. That she's doing right.
So she just showed up, started knocking on the door, and you didn't even let her in the house.
No, that's why she's out here with her things.
Did you give her things to come to the door and give her her things? She had them already.
She's had those things for hours.
And so she just showed up with this.
Yes.
And she was just trying to get back
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah, because she probably thought like, okay, well, he's gonna let me back in. Like, no,
Did you have a phone? Is that what she was saying? Or did you give her?
I didn't have her phone. I text her phone. I have her messages on my phone.
Okay.
She's just being a and then she think that okay, she can come back when she want to.
I got you.
I could.
Can I just see your knuckles real quick, just to confirm that everything you're telling me is good?
Nothing.
Okay.
You see
I got
that?
you. I got you.
I didn't even hit her.
I got you. Man.
Nothing. Bro.
So is she just staying here temporarily, or does
It's
she
like
live
she's
here?
not like she's
She just come and go
it's like-
transient?
when she gets mad or like she like portray that she's mad and go everybody shit like that. Then okay, when she want to make it like okay, well I'm not mad at you. Then she me come over here. No. So I said tonight, no, man, no.
I got you. How long ago did she get here? Before like we showed up? What'd you say?
Maybe like 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours?
She's been all night. That I wouldn't. I'll let you in my house.
No, you're good, bro. I believe.
She
Was
broke
there?
my shit.
Is there someone?
Plates and everything.
Well, how did she do all that?
She came in. I'm like, okay, you can get your things or whatever. I'm not tripping. I'm fine. Okay, get your things. Whatever, Savannah. You start breaking up my stuff.
Okay.
My house is a very clean home. If you pay
Can I take a look at some of that
into
stuff?
my house, look at my home, man.
Does she have any marks on it?
Nothing that would be like,
He's got nothing on any of
nothing
his
that would be
knuckles.
like
No nothing.
inflicted by him. So like she does have some like little cuts and stuff like that, but she's saying that he was punching her in the head. And I'm like, do you have any marks on your head?
He's got no irritation, no inflammation,
He's got,
no
like,
nothing
no
on his
redness,
knuckles.
nothing.
And everything he's telling me makes
She was
sense.
belligerent like this in the rain with her mom.
Yeah.
Well, she told me
She just got out of the mental home from her mom calling in the rain for this. You know? Like, I'm not gonna just take a plate, throw it in the air and break it. Like, don't do that to my home, man. The reason I'm out here is because of my children.
If he punched her, she'd have a lot more injuries.
Yes. Okay. You see that? She told him I punched her.
If you throw an
Oh shit.
Did you? Can I?
On the underlying domestic violence question, officers applied the standard primary aggressor framework. They documented injuries on both parties, suspected the alleged perpetrator's knuckles, evidence consistent with repeated strikes, and weighed the consistency of each account. The absence of marking on the alleged perpetrator's hands is meaningful negative evidence. Repeated bare-knuckle strikes to a skull leave physical evidence on the striker, combined with minor abrasions, inconsistent with the severity alleged. Officers concluded probable cause for a domestic violence arrest did not exist. That is not a finding of innocence. It is a finding that the standard for arrest was not met on the available evidence. The arrest itself satisfies Graham versus Connor's objective reasonableness standard. Only soft empty hand control was used, the lowest level of the use of force continuum. Under Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, a custodial arrest supported by probable cause for a misdemeanor committed in the officer's presence does not without more violate the Fourth Amendment.
Talk to you real quick down here.
Please move. You see this? Look. You was upstairs. Look. Breaking plates. I said, okay, I'm going to call the police.
But I just want to hear. I just want to hear another witness. Did you hear anything that happened?
I've been sleeping.
You've been sleeping. You didn't hear anything. You didn't see anything.
I just woke up.
You just woke up. Okay. All right. That's all good then. Never mind. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here. Okay. We're gonna get out of here, okay?
Thanks,
All right, take care, man. Have a good one, man.
Alrighty. I'm so sorry.
I would,
I love this girl.
that's her shit, yeah.
I love her, man.
Primary officer earns a B+. He maintained composure, documented his reasoning aloud, issued an explicit warning before custody, and used minimum necessary force. The deduction reflects delayed separation of the parties, contrary to standard domestic violence response protocol. A cover officer earns a B for competent execution of a supporting role. Female subject earns a D+, evaluating only on-scene conduct, not the underlying allegation. After explicit warning, she continued active disruption, the very investigation she had requested. Her refusal to provide identifying information further compromised any investigative path forward. The male subject earns a C+. He cooperated with physical inspection and offered an account the evidence supported. He lost ground for engagement with the back and forth officers had asked both parties to stop. The department earns a B-, inferred from training expressed through officer behavior with deduction for apparent underemphasis on early separation protocol. 3 lessons emerge from this case. First, for citizens, calling police invites them to investigate, and disrupting that investigation, especially after warning, creates independent legal exposure regardless of the merits of the original complaint. Second, for officers, separation of parties. Tested domestic calls is not optional. It is the foundational step, and timing matters. Third, for the legal framework, the line between protected speech and obstructive conduct is real. It is the warning, the act, and the context, not the words themselves, that determine where that line falls. Let us know your thoughts on this case in the comments below. If you found this analysis useful, consider subscribing for more legal breakdowns, police interactions. Thank you for watching.